Welcome to my first video on YouTube. I am Roskill, and I thought for the first video ever on this channel I would show my best game in my E100. 14 kills. Beautiful. Let's go. Sands of Sinai. I didn't think going down the middle was a good idea when I spawned. I didn't think going the left either, so I decided to go up the hill the long way around, and I've already skipped me going up that hill because that would be torture for anyone. And I'm going to disable the markers as well, just to give the feel of the realistic battle. Because that is the mode, of course. That is obviously, as you can see by how slow I'm going, it's realistic battles that I am playing. Friendly Tiger 2 on my right. Up ahead, there is a friendly I-251, along with his allies, trying to hold off the storm of enemy tanks coming down this route. As you can see on the map there. But they won't last much longer. The only one that's going to be left in about a minute or so will be that I-251. There you go. There goes one of our tanks, just died to a tank destroyer, presumably. And I'm seeing this going on the map. And I know that by the time I reach there, they are all going to be dead. And it will just be me and this Tiger 2. That are going to have to hold off, presumably their best tanks, considering how quickly our team is getting decimated in this sector. So finally gain up some speed here, for being in E100 that is. For a moment actually went past 10 miles an hour. I know, amazing. That's the thing about the E100, it's in arcade it can get up to its top speed, but in realistic it's, in some aspects it can be slower than the mouse, because its horsepower is nowhere near as good. At any moment now the I-251 is going to come rushing around the corner, trying to avoid getting decimated by the enemy team. Right now using my binoculars because I just saw that smoke pop up. Seeing if there's any enemy units to be seen all the way over there. Here comes the IE-251 trying to escape, trying to avoid being killed. But there, the IE-251 is now, it's pretty much over for him. There he goes. Still looking for enemy tanks with my binoculars, and then that's when I see it, as you can see there, FE4005 moving up. No idea why he was moving across open ground like this. Pretty much got himself killed, shot his engine out, deployed smoke round. Now, he's pretty much done, there's nothing he can do. Looking through the buildings to see if there's any enemy tanks hiding around there. Can't see anything so far. But at this point, that's not what I'm worried about. I have noticed the enemy is moving up. At this point on my map, it was showing enemy units moving up right next to me on my right. So I'd start deploying smoke rounds, so I'm safely able to move up and deal with these enemy units before they get too close and are able to flank me. And here once again we see the slow speed of the E100 if it's not going downhill. It is so slow that I will look back any moment and my smoke round will have dispersed, and there is a BMP-1 on that rock over there. So I start deploying smoke rounds from my rear mortar. And then I see the Centurion, he aims at me, I swing round. Beautiful shot, beautiful. Complete reaction shot there. Very lucky that it hit, but hit nonetheless. And down went the Centurion. Another Centurion on the hill there over the oil storage tank. He's not paying attention to what's around him, and he suffers for that. I hear a jet, pretty much crap myself, thinking that it's coming for me, as I do every time. It's just it's the reaction you get when you play the E100 in the mouse for so long. You just expect every plane to kill you. I see a bush there. Turned out to be an M56 Scorpion. Killed him. He is now down and out of the game. Very dangerous tank for this battle range we're in. Very small, very mobile. There's another one. If you see that little black speck moving around there, that's another M56. I haven't noticed him yet though. I'm moving up though, pretty much the shield for my team, or the Panther at the moment, because we are the only two here at this point in time. Not much going on so far other than right there, that was a BF-110 bombing a Carnarvon. There, enemy drop bombs on me. Bombs just missed. Very lucky to have survived that. M56 moving up, ready to take his shot. Hits the Panther. Panther's engine has now been taken out. Panther cannot move. I move up to try and cover the Panther, but then the M56 takes out my transmission. We both cannot move now. We are both immobile. Perfect targets for that M56. I put the fire out. I start lobbing smoke in his face. Nothing much going on. Not from my perspective anyway, but that M56 is scheming and plotting. Watch the right side of those rocks. Checking the air to make sure I'm not about to be bombed. There, just hit. My tracks managed to take the shot. M56 was clever, moved to a different position. So I deploy smoke on that area as well. It's at this point where he makes a fatal mistake. He thinks moving up is a good idea, and he pays the price for it. I don't know what he thought he would accomplish by coming out from that great spot there. It was perfect for him in every way, and he decided to just abandon it and just pretty much charge straight into the line of enemy fire, which is madness. But moving up now. And there is an IS-6 over that hill there. He is just about to move up. Noticed my E100, decided against it. Smart IS-6. And any moment now I'm going to pause the game right here. There. Stritz. Behind this rock, was hiding there waiting. I saw him on the map. I didn't know what it was. He hits my transmission. I now cannot fire him. I'm in a very, very precarious situation here. So I start deploying smoke. to try and screw up his shots, make it harder for him to hit me. M26 RAF moving up, thinks the smoke protects him against the Strits. He is completely wrong. Strits takes out the M26, but that was his fatal mistake coming out, because that allowed me to get a shot on him when I repaired. And now all I have to do is finish off this Strits. However, I hear an engine behind me. I know something's about to try and take me out, so I try and use the Strits as cover. It's an IS-6. I don't fire straight away because I can't hit his weak spot at the moment. It's not guaranteed I'll kill him if I do shoot. There's his weak spot. I fire. I instantly go through, taking out his crew, killing him. Now, again, I have to finish off this Strits. Strits is down. Vickers MBT moving up. I put a 75 into him. FE 4005, no idea what he thought he was going to accomplish doing that. But he paid the price for his stupidity. Maybe he just wasn't paying enough attention, I don't know, but I don't see why you just charge like that and get yourself killed. And the ME262 A1U4 just put a few 30s into that guy there, into that Vickers. I'm moving backwards. I know my rear is still 150mm strong. It still is able to withstand some shots. I see the Vickers MBT's gun is damaged, and then I have a T92 firing at me from the ridge. Vickers deploys smoke. I now am perfectly clear to take out this T92. I know my rear can protect me against his shots. My 128 bounces for some reason, but my 75 does not. My 75 kills him. Now it's at this point where I'm counting on the Vickers MBT still repairing. Unfortunately, the Vickers repaired faster than I expected him to. Vickers MBT coming around to try and get a swing reaction shot off, but I fail. And the Vickers hits me hard. My gun is now knocked out. My engine is knocked out. I cannot move. I cannot fire my main gun at him. But luckily, that is not my only gun. I have two guns. I have my 75. He is side on, and he's a Vickers MBT with no armour. The perfect target for the 75. Now all I have to do is fake out and make him fire at me again and bounce. And he does just that. He bounces off the 150mm of armour I have on the rear. And so I quickly swing my turret round and put a 75 into him. He fires a reaction shot, bounces. His turret drive and gunner are down. He's a dead fish in the water now. Cannon breach is dead. He cannot do anything to me whatsoever. And all I have to do now is carefully aim my shots and finish him off. And down he goes. Somehow I survived that, but it's at this point where I have a bit of a situation. Centurion behind me hits my cannon breech, taking it out once again. IS-3 fired, 75mm cannon breech absorbed the shot, but this now means I have absolutely no defence other than my armour, which I use to great effect. I angle the rear of the turret to bounce the Centurion that's firing at me from behind, and angle the front so that the IS-3 has a much harder time getting a trap shot on me. He fires. He hits my 75. And now I know I will repair before he reloads. Aim at the optic, straight in. Perfect shot. Instant kill. That's my 10th kill in this game. But I'm not done yet. I move up, expecting there to be more enemy tanks, and just for information as well, I have no idea why that happens, why the cannon keeps randomly firing when I'm not even looking in that direction. It seems to be a bug with the replay, because I can guarantee you now I wasn't just randomly firing shots off. With the E100 you don't have, you can't afford to do that, because you can only load a limited amount of ammunition in it before it starts filling up the turret. So you have to make sure every shot you fire, you're, you know, firing at an opponent. But anyway, I move up, expecting an enemy to be round this corner. However, I am completely wrong. There is no one here, even though I do believe there is. But there is someone behind me. There's a Vickers MBT behind me, moving up on my ass. But there's a friendly M42 Duster coming in. Vickers MBT turns his turret for a split second, and then I take him out. Thanks to that M42 Duster. He distracted him just for that split second. That was enough for me to kill him. The Vickers MBT just about to respawn. And it's at this point, if I open the chat, I'll say thank you to the M42 for helping me there. I'll keep the chat open actually from now on. The Vickers MBT respawned Centurion. Centurion just got knocked out. I don't really like spawn killing, but in that instance was pretty much no choice. He tried calling artillery on me before he died, with little effect. Checking behind me to make sure there's nothing about to surprise butt sex me, because that would be the last thing I want in my E100 right now, after having this fantastic game. Making sure before I start moving up, and constantly checking to make sure no enemy tanks are spawning there, because the last thing I want is to be shot in the arse as I'm trying to retreat from the spawn. The idea was see if I could see any other enemy tanks, and there's one right there, a Carnarvon, moving up. I try and get a drop shot on him. Fails. Hits his track but doesn't kill him. And unfortunately he kills a teammate because of that. He deploys smoke, but it's too late, I already have him zeroed in. Right in the turret. Shot went down to the ammunition, instantly killed him. At this point I noticed that Italian tank destroyer down there had just taken a shot and was on fire. I try and see what was shooting at him. Unfortunately, he then gets killed by an FE 4005. Which has just spawned. It was the guy that was just in that Carnarvon. He has just spawned in his 4005, and the M42 Duster kills him. At this point I start scanning for more enemy targets, and there, I see where the 1953 was. There's a T-44-100, I open fire. I hit his engine. He is now not moving anywhere. He's in the exact same predicament I was in with the Strits. He cannot fire at me now. Although he is not focused on me, he's more focused on the M42 Duster. I shoot him again, kill his gunner. This is what they call Russian bias, where you must require more than one shot to take out these tanks. But this third shot will be the shot that takes him out. There, once again, the replay bugging out. But I fire my third shot. It pens. It kills the rest of his crew. 14 kills, 1 assist. Somehow did not get bombed the entire game, which is surprising in E100 because whenever the enemy see your E100, normally they make it their mission to bomb you because you are shiny rare tank and they must kill shiny rare tank. It's at this point it's pretty much obvious that we've won. And so I congratulate my team for winning in the chat. The enemy starts trying to capture B, but it's too late. They're not going to be able to. If I go to the stat card, they've got no one left. They only have the M22 Locust SG100, so it's the Locust that's gapping because I know where the 100 is. The SG100 was there, just died, so pretty much game, set and match at this point. And that was my best game ever in my E100, or almost any of my tanks. I love my E100, and that game made me love it even more, because when you get a good game in the E100, it really is a good game. Hopefully there'll be more videos coming out soon on this channel, not just this one. That's it, see ya.